It didn't matter how many people told me that they believed in me, that they could see something in me, that I was going to make it. It never activated a belief in myself. Like every time I was looking for someone outside to tell me what I wanted to hear, it landed for like a very short amount of time. It was something that was like a quick fix of like, okay, yeah, like that's that dopamine that I wanted to hear. But then when it went to actually taking action towards the things, like that insecurity, the self-image that I had for myself crept back in, and ultimately the self-image always takes over. Welcome back to Becoming Her, and this podcast is for you if you are ready to step into your most magnetic, authentic, fully expressed version of yourself so that you can be, do, have whatever you want in this world. Today's episode, we are talking about a topic that, oh my goodness, is so important when it comes to creating a life that you are wildly obsessed with, but also when it actually comes to up-leveling within yourself. If you want to create a strong, certain self-image of who you are, of what you're capable of what you are deserving of, then I want you to pull up a seat and let's dive in, because what we are going to talk about today really is one of the most foundational pieces for becoming your most magnetic, authentic, fully expressed self. And when you get this part dialed in, then this is when you really become unshakable and you actually start to see massive change, massive momentum in your relationships, in your business, in your work, in your health, in your overall quality of life, and just how you feel within yourself. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So today I want you to leave this podcast with really being able to source your power from within rather than from external circumstances. And so today we are going to be diving into personal power, how to cultivate it, why you should cultivate it, and how it is going to absolutely change the game for you in every single thing that you do. So where are you outsourcing your own power right now? Like, where is there an area in your life that you are seeking for validation in order for you to believe something about yourself? Usually to believe that you are good enough, that you are capable, that you are enough, right? What area or areas of your life is your personal power leaking, where you need that external validation to feel good within yourself? Because this is where we really want to take a look, right? And so for me, on the beginning of my journey, and I'm going to use my entrepreneurship journey as a lot of examples, because entrepreneurship is the best personal development bootcamp that you can do for your life, right? And so in the beginning of my journey, did I have personal power? No, I didn't. Oh my goodness, did I not, right? So, like, I was so emotionally charged. I was like up and down like a yo-yo. I would let things like really hold me back, right? Like the fears, the worry, I would get so consumed in my own head. I did not know how, like, I did not know anything about regulating emotions, right? And so something would happen, and actually, I was like more like addicted to drama to the point where everything had to be chaotic. And so when something happened, oh my goodness, it was a means for, like, even if it's not a big deal, right? It's not that big of a deal. And this is one thing that I have really been stepping into and embodying, that has really been a big game changer, is that nothing is such a big deal. And so, like, for example, right, like filming this podcast, I have came up against some hiccups, right? Having a 5-month-old baby who I think might actually be starting to teeth, because there's lots of tears and there's lots of whinging going on at the moment, right? There has been obstacles around getting this podcast put together, in me being able to find the time to film around a crying baby, right? There's like expectations that I have on times that I wanted this posted, but then I'm still learning how to navigate running this with a baby. In the past, I would really have allowed that to really get me really stressed, right? Like, oh my gosh, I haven't been able to film in the time that I wanted to, or like, it's not going to get posted in the time that I wanted it posted. Oh my gosh, this means that blah, 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 blah. And I would allow myself to get in this big stress bucket, right? In this big stress bucket. However, I'm able to just, it's okay, everything's working out exactly as it should. Like, this is all a learning curve, right? Just learning to breathe. Really, at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? There's only so much that I can change. There's only so much that I can influence. And this is where personal power comes in, because your personal power is your ability to actually influence your own reality. You can't control other people. You can't control circumstances. The only thing that you can control is how you show up, how you react, how you respond in every moment. And so learning to regulate your emotions so that you can stay calm and centered is going to give you the best responses to every circumstance. And as a result, you are going to create the best results out of said circumstances, because you are coming from a level-headed place. Like, when you act out of emotions, when emotions are high, like, we just don't make the same right decisions. That's why you'll see successful people not make decisions out of high emotions. In the book Think and Grow Rich, right, it said that successful people make decisions quickly and change their minds slowly, if at all. And this is a perfect example of personal power, because when you are grounded, when you are rooted in who you are and able to regulate your emotions, then the slightest little hiccup isn't going to make you go up a height and then be like, all right, okay, like, I need to burn it all down. I need to change the decision. A delayed text response isn't going to make you all of a sudden say, oh my gosh, question your entire worth, right? Because you're able to regulate your emotions to say, you know what, maybe is a delayed text response, maybe they're busy. It has nothing to do with me, right? Maybe some other people have made plans without you, and you're able to come back to a level-headed place of regulating those emotions and saying, you know what, not everything's about me. Maybe I wasn't left out on purpose. Like, maybe it's just something happened on how everyone else ended up going out and I wasn't there. And I don't have to make everything mean something so big and so dramatic. When you can let go of the drama and you can source your power from within, of like, I am not going to let anything outside of me dictate how I feel, even if things are not going the way that I want them to go, because things don't always go the way that we want them to go, right? Things can be messy. But if you can let go of the drama of needing things to go your way and say, you know what, the only thing I can control right now is me. And so I'm going to look at, how am I feeling? How am I responding? What am I making this mean about me? Or what am I not making this mean about me? Or what am I making this mean in general, or not making it mean? And when you can come to focus on you, right? Oh my goodness, like, is that a powerful place for you to be? Honestly, I can use this podcast as an example, because this morning my 5-month-old baby was crying in hysterics, and I was thinking, like, oh my goodness, my plan was to get this podcast done this morning. And I had the thought of, you know what, God, like, it's whatever. If you want me to film this podcast, it'll get done. And if you don't, then it's okay, right? Like, I'm just surrendering and I'm just trusting, and it's okay. I don't need to make it mean I'm not doing this podcast anymore. It's too hard with a baby. Why did I think that I could do this? Like, none of that. It was just like, you know what? Okay, it's whatever. One thing as becoming a mom that I know is that I'm mom first and everything else is second. And so, right, okay, I'm mom first right now. That's all it needs to be. And I can let that go. Now, a morning of a crying baby and then putting him down for his nap, right? Being like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the time. This is the time. Normally it goes down for like an hour. I've got an hour. I can get it done. And 20 minutes later, I am sat here and I hear wah, wah, wah from upstairs. So it's okay, right? Well, it is what it is. All of these moments, and it's funny that something like this would happen in a time where, for me to exercise my personal power when I am doing a podcast episode on it, because when you decide that you are going to step into your best self, when you decide that you are going to become her, when you listen to this podcast and you are going to decide that you are going to start cultivating your personal power, life is going to bring you experiences, situations, circumstances where your personal power will be tested, where you get to put it into practice. And so obviously, mom first, and we come up with solutions. So right now, my baby is actually on the other side of the camera, just chilling on his play gym, kicking his little scrunchy toy, and he's happy as Larry. And I'm able to carry on with it, right? Is it the perfect circumstance? No. Is it a little bit distracting? Like, do I keep looking at his cute little face? Maybe a little bit, right? But do we get it done? Yes, we get it done in any circumstance because it needs to be done. It doesn't need to be perfect. That brings me on to another point of today's episode, right? Of the point of personal power. You can listen to as many podcasts as you want, right? You can read all of the books, you can watch the masterclasses, you can be in the communities. If you don't put this stuff into practice, then change isn't going to happen. So please allow yourself, right? Like, listen to this podcast, take it in, but then put it into practice throughout the week, right? Watch where is your power being tested? Where are circumstances coming up that are rattling you? That is your opportunity to say, you know what, right, okay, how am I going to respond in this moment? What am I going to make this mean about me or not mean about me? Where can I stand deeper in my personal power and continue to cultivate that power? Because personal development is the action steps, right? The law of attraction is the law of action, right? Couldn't say that there. It's all about, like, becoming her, it's all about embodiment, right? Like, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is not power. Embodiment is. You can know everything, you can recite it all, you can, like, have the answers to every single thing that someone says, but unless you are living it, breathing it, walking the talk of it, it doesn't land the same way and it doesn't bring the same results. And that's why some people can go about deciding that they want to up level, change their life, and within a year their life looks completely different. And then some people have been on the journey of personal development for so many years and nothing in their life has changed. Their relationships still are the same, their financial situation is still the same. They still find themselves coming up against the same repeating circumstances, just or repeating lessons, just they still find themselves coming up against the same repeating circumstances, just in different packaging. And the only difference, like, it doesn't mean that those people aren't committed, right? It doesn't mean that those people don't want to see change in their life. It doesn't mean that they're not willing to do the things. But what it does mean is that they aren't actually stepping into the embodiment, because this is the most uncomfortable work, right? Of becoming her. It's not about necessarily doing the things, joining the things, learning the things. It's about implementing them, because it's so easy in a moment where things isn't going your way to be like, oh my gosh, like, why is it not working, right? Oh my goodness, how much I had to breathe this morning, right? Rocking my baby. It's okay, it's okay. How much easier it would be to be like, you know what, right, okay, I'm not going to do it. It doesn't matter. It's not meant to be, right? The old Emily, oh my goodness, right? Would she have made that start to make her question herself on, well, maybe I'm not meant to do a podcast. You know what? Maybe I was just in over my head thinking that I can do this whilst having a 5-month-old baby. Like, maybe all I can do right now is just be mum, right? The old me would have allowed for things to, the old me would have allowed for circumstances, situations to confirm that I'm not meant to do this, I'm not good enough to do this, it's not on the cards for me, all of the things. But because I've been on this journey of actually cultivating personal power, I'm able to know, you know what, it's okay. Everything is going to work out. Everything is going to work out exactly as it's supposed to. So how do you cultivate your personal power, right? Just like anything, it's a muscle, right? And so it's by getting the reps in. It's by continuing to choose differently, right? You create change in your life by choosing different every time that life presents something to you. So if you can go about your week for this next week and really look at, like, where are you being invited into stepping into your power, right? But it's also about allowing yourself to be kind to yourself and loving on the journey of becoming. And so it's not about beating yourself up. Like, if you allow yourself to spiral, if something emotionally charges you and you react in a way that you don't want to, like, how quickly can you pull yourself back out of those emotions and bring yourself back? Because it's not about, especially as women, it's not about things never bothering us. It's not about being so stoic, because we are women, right? Like, we are waves of emotion. Like, that's a part of our biology, of how we were created, right? And so it's not about not feeling emotions. We definitely want to feel the emotions, but it's about not allowing the emotions to rule and dictate how we show up, how we feel, like how we respond to certain situations. And this will change the game for you in creating anything that you want in life, right? And so in the Bible, in the book of James, like it says, like, let not a double-minded man think that he will receive anything from the Lord, for his mind is like waves crashing into the sea, right? And so what this is saying is like double-mindedness is where like you are chopping and changing your mind all of the time, right? And so it's like, right, okay, I'm going to do this, and then all of a sudden something comes up of a roadblock, and you're, oh well, actually maybe I shouldn't do this, or you know what, I feel good enough, I feel pretty enough, like this guy is into me and it's helped me feel good enough, and then all of a sudden they don't want to go out with you anymore. Do you then let that mean that you're not good enough? Like, do you allow it mean something personal about you? Like, oh, like who did I, like, of course I'm not pretty enough, maybe I need to go and get this done to me and that done to me, and maybe I'd be good enough if I looked like this, rather than being able to come back to a regulated place and be, you know what, that's just not my person, but it doesn't mean anything about me, right? In your business, you are showing up for your business, you're selling your offers, nobody bought. Oh my goodness, it means I need to burn it all down, the offer's not good enough, I'm going to stop showing up for it. Or can you keep showing up, right? Because this is why not everyone succeeds, right? It's not because most people aren't capable. Every single person is capable if they are willing to put in the reps, but only a few people are willing to go past the discomfort, because it is uncomfortable to go towards a goal, to go towards a dream, and to not see any changes in the beginning, and to be able to keep going by a vision that you see in your mind, right? Which, I mean, if we're going to get into vision, right, like vision is so important as well, and that's a part of sourcing your personal power. The Bible again says that without a vision, my people perish. And personal power is being able to say, believe in that vision and keep going, right? It's like you go to the gym to lose weight, right, or to get toned, to change how your appearance looks, right? You don't go to the gym twice and say, oh my gosh, well, I haven't lost however much weight I want to lose, it's not working, I'm going to give up. No, right? Because everyone can understand and see that actually, like, time put into going into the gym, like 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, your physique will change. You will get stronger. You will be able to lift heavier weights. You'll be able to run for longer periods of time, like whatever it is. Like, every other part of life is also like a gym. It's just a mental gym. It's not necessarily a physical gym, but it all works the same. It's all the compounding effect. And so personal power is being able to say, you know what, no, I'm going to stay no matter what it looks like on the external. And so when you can start to live from within rather than what the external circumstances look like, that is when actually the external circumstances will begin to change. Because a hill that I will die on is that life, every area of life, is an internal external game, and when you change the internal, the external must change to reflect it. And so when you can decide, this is how things go for me, I'm not going to make this mean anything about me, right? When you are not double-mindedness being casted, waves cast into the wind, right? And you're not letting every single external circumstance dictate how you feel, you're not then allowing your emotions to run the show, but instead you are deciding how you want things to go. You are deciding who you want to be. You are deciding the life that you are creating, the relationships that you are creating, whatever it is. And when something comes up that contradicts what you are saying, you don't let it mean anything. It's okay, that's fine. Is it something that you can control? If it is, how are you going to respond? And if it's not, then let it go. A woman operating in her power is a force to be reckoned with. And when you can step into that place, you will be your most magnetic, authentic, and fully expressed self, because nothing externally is going to shake you into making you make anything mean anything about you, in changing how you feel about yourself, in what you believe about yourself, in what you believe about your goals, about your vision. You will stay the course and you will achieve everything that you put your mind to. You will attract everything into your life that you want to attract, because you were brave enough to stay in the moments when it felt uncomfortable. When you are sourcing your power from external circumstances, that can be taken away from you in any moment. And that's why, like, in the beginning of my journey, people could really feel my ambition, my passion, the vision that I had for my life and what I wanted to create. And people really believed in me. Like, if I was just telling people about it when I'd be out traveling, they'd be, oh my gosh, I can totally tell that you're going to make it. Like, I can feel the passion, the ambition. When I would be on sales calls to people who were going to support me in my business, right? They were like, oh my goodness, like, this girl's going to crush it. Like, I can just tell, like, she's willing to do anything to make it happen. And yes, that was true. Like, I was willing to do things like invest, put myself in the rooms. However, right, I would also have coaches who really believed in me. However, it didn't matter how many people believed in me. It didn't matter how many people said that I was going to make it. Like, I did not believe in myself because of the way that I saw myself, right? My self image, I didn't have any personal power to back that self image. And so, because I didn't know who I was, because I had a weak self image, right? Then any external circumstance that came up, I allowed it to rock me. Someone said no on a sales call, oh my goodness, the end of the world. Someone ghosted one of my messages, oh my goodness, the end of the world. Like, I was showing up on social media and getting crickets and no engagement whatsoever. That meant that I sucked. It's not good enough. I'm so embarrassed. Oh my goodness, this is the worst thing that could happen. I had no personal power. And personal power comes back to your identity, right? And your identity is built by choosing different behaviors, by being a different person. And so, in the moments, like, every time you choose personal power over allowing your circumstances, the external forces, to dictate how you feel, what you make things mean, your identity is going to recalibrate to that next level version of you. And as you become her, as you become this most magnetic, authentic version of you, everything's going to work out for you. Everything will unfold, right? You will attract opportunities that just seem to unfold in front of you. Things will be brought to you. You will have deeper relationships. You will have more meaningful relationships. You will actually be able to attract and hold the love that you really desire, right? You'll not settle for second best. You'll not settle for breadcrumbs from someone. You'll not settle for anything less than what you deserve, and you know that you deserve. You will move mountains in your business because it will not matter what the external circumstances are saying. You are going to decide how things go and you will act accordingly, in accordance to the vision, in accordance to who you are becoming, not in accordance to what is happening in the 3D reality. Because the 3D reality, it's all just an illusion anyways, right? If you believe in the simulation theory, none of this is actually even real. And so everything is a projection from our internal. When you start to change the internal, the outward projection has to change. So this is the wrap up of episode 3 of Becoming Her. Personal power, right? How to become your most magnetic, authentic self. How to become the most confident version of you. When you start implementing this work into your everyday life, when you allow yourself to be powerful, when you allow yourself to actually regulate your emotions and respond to things from an emotionally regulated place, the way you feel in yourself, the way that life responds to you is going to feel so magical to you. I cannot wait to hear all about it. So that's a wrap for episode 3 of Becoming Her. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I do just want to say as well, like, thank you so much to everyone who has watched and supported the first 2 episodes, for everyone who's subscribed, for everyone who's watched, for everyone who's liked, for everyone who has let me know how you found it as well. Like, it means so much to me. And so thank you so much. Please do make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone that you feel needs to be in on this conversation, because I am so passionate about helping women to become her. And this is really the movement that we are going to create in 2026, right? And 2026 and beyond. So thanks again. I will see you next week, next Wednesday. And until then, keep becoming her. Bye.